Carly Gregg is 14 years old, and her mother discovered that she was smoking marijuana, had vapes, whatever, and approached her about that. Carly was very upset by the resolution of that conversation, so she decided when they got home from school, because her mother works at the school she goes to, when they got home from school, Carly goes into the house. She then is seen on the camera walking towards the room that her mother's in, hiding something. She goes into the room where her mother is, and you hear 3 loud bangs. She then walks back into the kitchen with something behind her back, sticks whatever it is that's behind her back on the counter, and starts texting. She texts her stepfather asking him when he's going to get here, and she texts her friend saying, "Have you ever seen a dead body before, or do dead bodies make you squeamish?" She then shows her friend what she has done to her mother. She shot her mother 3 times in the face because she was upset about the conversation that her mother had with her about smoking marijuana and having vapes. This firearm was not secured. It was a firearm that her mother owned that was in a cubby next to her mother's bed. The defense is saying that this child, Carly, has severe mental illness. So this mother, knowing that her child has severe mental illness, has a firearm out in the open for anyone to be able to get next to her bed. Okay. She was offered a 40-year plea deal for what happened, and she declined it. After her stepfather came home, she had been waiting for him to get home because she was going to shoot him too. And she did, but she only shot him in the shoulder. So he is still alive. And he testified and said that she is a sweet little girl. When they are showing the testimony of her stepfather coming home, she's covering her mouth, she's covering her ears that she doesn't want to listen to it. But she told the police that she doesn't remember any of what happened. She does not remember anything. She remembers getting home from school, and the next thing she remembered was getting picked up by the police on the side of the road. So how is it that she was able to remember when and what happened as soon as her father-in-law got home, as they're showing it in court? The goal for the defense is to plead insanity, and that's what they're doing. They're saying that Carly is insane and that the voices told her to do this to her mother. She's a straight A student in school, a very smart girl. As the father said, she's a very sweet girl. But this very sweet girl was very upset that she decided that because her mother approached her about this conversation, she was then going to take her mother's life. And she concealed the firearm behind her, knowing where the cameras were in the home. Texted the father to find out when he was going to be home so that she could be ready for him, and then asked her friend if they were squeamish when seeing dead bodies. If I am listening to what I am being told, this doesn't sound to me like someone who is having a mental breakdown. This sounds to me like a teenager who's upset that they got in trouble and didn't know how to regulate their emotions, and then had access to a very dangerous item and used that very dangerous item to neutralize the thing that was irritating them, which was their parent. And this child has clearly been enabled for a very long time and is still being enabled by the stepfather, who still, after being shot by her, says that she is a very sweet girl. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But the judge said that pretty much she probably should have taken the plea deal because he does see them sentencing her to this crime as they see fit. And I don't know if they see insanity as a fit for an appropriate punishment.